Okay, it's our first road trip in the Mach-E, and while we're on the highway, we thought we would answer a couple questions that we've received. We tend to get a lot of questions about the Mach-E because, at least in our part of the country, it's more unusual to have an electric car. So for some reason, owning an electric car has become a very political decision. This is not a political decision for us. We thought we would give you an apolitical review of the Mach-E, having since owned it for the last 2 months. So the first question is, why did we buy a Mach-E? For me, the jury is still out a little bit on the environmental impact. That wasn't a main motivator for us. Ultimately, we wanted a new car. We had a very old 1974 Ford Bronco, and we'd had the old Bronco for a dozen years. We had two different ones for about 12 or 13 years, and we finally decided we wanted some modern conveniences in a car. So the values of that went up so much that it made buying an electric car, actually it was just about an even swap for us. So we thought it was a good deal, and now was the time to do it. My husband made me test drive the Mach-E, and I really did it with my eyes rolling. I did not think in a million years we would ever buy one, or that I would even like it. But when I sat in the car, it is incredibly comfortable. It's very fast, very different than driving a gas-powered car, and quiet, very, very quiet. So those were my top reasons why I liked it. Brad, what were yours?
The drive, it's just incredibly smooth. There's no transmission. It's just a single speed, so you step on the gas and it goes, you let off the gas and it stops. There's no shift points, I think. So it's incredibly smooth to drive, incredibly fun to drive, because all of the weight of the car is, they call it a skateboard platform, so all the battery weight is in the base of the car, so it has a very low center of gravity. And I'm kind of a tech nerd, so I like kind of cutting edge features. And diversifying our between electric and gas, I think, was a big one for me. Gas prices, as you guys all know, have skyrocketed. I didn't want to be tied into just gas or just electric, so I like having one of each to diversify costs.
Yeah, we bought it mostly to be our around-the-town car, our gas-powered car. We planned on doing most of our road trips in, though once we looked at all the data on the trip that we're on now, a 5-hour trip, it seemed very viable to use the electric car to do that. And we also wanted to reduce dependence on foreign oil. Of course, now we have dependence on China with the battery, so that's a whole nother issue, but at least our dependence on foreign countries is diversified as well. Cost. Everyone asks about costs. So some of the great things, there are no oil changes in the car. Gasoline, so far in 2 months, we're saving a minimum of $200 a month so far between gas and the cost of electric. We actually switched our electric plan so that we have free charging between midnight and 6, and that plan actually is better for us overall. So we're saving more money on electric than we're using on the car.
Yeah, it's 400 kilowatts free per month from midnight to 6 a.m. And then after that, I think it's like 4.5 cents, where I think our previous rate during the summer was up to 12.5 cents. So that's where a lot of the savings comes, is just because we charge between midnight and 6 a.m. and our charger, we just set it, automatically does it whenever it's plugged in.
There's this great app where you can plug in the car as soon as you get home for the evening when you're done driving for the day. You can plug in the car, and then you set it on the app to not start charging until midnight and to stop at 6 a.m. So it's not like we're getting up at midnight to plug it in and getting up at 6 a.m. It just does it all automatically through an app. super easy. We do not charge every night. In fact, we charge about every 4 or 5 days. And then when you look at the monthly costs, it costs us, well, assuming we didn't have the 400 kilowatt hours free, it would be costing us about $20 a month to drive the car. And we're driving about 1,300 miles per month. So yeah, if you count what we would have spent in gas, we're saving over $200 a month on gas. Then the next question people ask is, well, what about insurance? Insurance does cost us more. It costs us $200 more per year. So we're still netting about $2,200 so far. And then if you count some road trips, it's probably going to be like next month will be even more than that.
Yeah, I think the only other thing I'd add there is the other reason our insurance went up is because we have young adult drivers that have a tendency to hit things and get in accidents. If you look at the cost compared to our Bronco, the new Bronco that we have, it's relatively flat. I think they're within $100 of each other on the insurance aspect.
Yeah, and our old insurance was on an old Bronco, and so we had a special type policy that was much less, but we could only drive the car like 5,000 miles a year. So from one car to the next, if you had a regular gas-powered car and you were switching, I don't think it'd be a comparable price.